Hey everyone, it's Sophia and welcome back to Sophia's Art Studios. And it's been a couple of weeks actually since my last video. I have been trying to post more regularly, but life gets in the way sometimes. But anyway, I am back, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw a winter white Russian dwarf hamster. So, about I think almost a year ago, I made a tutorial on how to draw a Syrian hamster, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna make a series from this, and I'm gonna teach you how to draw all the other hamster species, and I never did. So I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna continue with this. I don't know if when the next time I make another how to draw the next species of hamster video is. But last time I showed you guys how to draw a Syrian hamster. I don't necessarily recommend you watch that video. It is pretty bad. The drawing isn't that good. The narration isn't that good. But, you know, what can you do? But anyway, let's start with today's drawing. So today is a winter white Russian dwarf hamster, as I said before. And we're going to start off over here with a little circle for the head. See that? A little circle near the bottom, not near the bottom of the page, but, you know, leave some space on the top for the rest of the body. So this hamster is going to be from a bit of a 3/4 angle. So here you've got your circle, and you're going to draw a guideline for the face and a line near the bottom for where the eyes are going to go. So you can just round that circle off a little bit. This is going to be the face. And then coming off from the side, round about here, you're going to make a little bump which extends just out of the circle, and then it goes underneath the circle that we did before for the face. I'm so bad at explaining these things, but anyway, it's going to go right under here, and round about the center, it's going to dig upwards a little bit. This is where the belly is going to be. Actually, I have just messed up, but that is okay. So it's going to go just a little bit lower than I did before, and near, it's going to dig upwards like that. Then it's going to come back down and around. It looks like a slightly weird shape for now, but let's just leave it at there for now. And over the circle, near about where the head ends, you're going to go up. This is the back of the hamster, because it is sitting down, almost as if it had a treat in his hand or whatever. So this goes upward, because they do sit in like a little ball shape and their back goes up. And then you're going all the way out to show the little hamster chubbiness. And then you curve back around and connect into the circle here. Actually, that's a little bit big. So anyway, you just kind of adjust it as you go along. Make things smaller, make things bigger. Remember guys, always use reference. I used a lot of reference when preparing this tutorial, so you can always use reference to help you out with the proportions of the animal that you, or anything that you're drawing. Not necessarily just hamsters, but anything. Okay, so here you have almost the basic gumdrop shape of the hamster. If you took away this little dip here, it would be a gumdrop. So it's a gumdrop with a dip. I should have basically just done that and then said it's a gumdrop with a dip. Okay, and then down here you're going to draw a little circle. This is an indication of where the little dip for the snout is going to be. You don't necessarily see the hamster's nose very well, but you have the general shape. So anyway, on either side of this circle, you're going to have two little lines. They come towards the circle, but they don't meet. And then they're going to dip down where the circle is. And that is going to form the snout of our hamster, of our little dwarf hamster. I'm just going to call them a dwarf hamster for now because the name is very long. There you go. That is the basic shape of the snout. And then we're going to draw 2 little circles. So they're going to be here and here. And these are going to form the paws eventually. Then here is going to be another oval. This is where one of the feet is going to be. And the other one is going to be around here. So you can start putting that in. Okay, so the head is going to come up here near the back shape. So it's going to be a little bit taller than the circle you originally drew. It's going to come up here. And this is going to be the back of the hamster's head. And coming up from that over here is going to be one of the ears. So it's almost tucked behind because it is a 3/4 angle, so it's a bit farther back. And then the second ear is more towards the front, so you can see the entire shape of the ear. And here it is. Again, adjust it as you go along, see what you think looks right. And this isn't, I should have probably said this at the beginning of the video, but this isn't going to be a very realistic hamster. It's more just realistic proportions, and then the coloring that I'll do later will be a little bit more stylized and cute looking. Anyway, I hope you guys are liking this tutorial so far. I'm not very good at these, but I'm trying to practice and make more tutorials on this channel because I know a lot of people want them. Actually, this hamster tutorial was voted on over on my Instagram, so if you guys want to vote on the different tutorials that I'll be making, then you can go follow me over there because that's where most of the voting and choosing for different tutorials happens. So here we go, adjusting snout again a little bit more. And now the eyes, obviously, because we cannot forget the eyes. So you see this line here? We're going to go a bit to the right of this line. So you've drawn this line. Now you have an idea of where the line for the little hammy's eye is going to start. So again, you're seeing it from the side, so you don't see the entire shape. So it's more of a line with a little semicircle coming out of it, because hamsters' eyes do bulge a little bit, just a little tiny bit. It's like they're coming out of their head. So that's why you can see them from the side. They're not flat in their heads. So there we go. Now, as you go along, you can start erasing your guidelines, or you can do this at the very end. I just prefer to have it look a little bit more clean when I'm doing tutorials, but generally, when I'm at home, or not while I am at home, but when I am just sketching in my free time, I usually just wait to erase the guidelines at the end, so, you know, you can choose how you do this. Now for the second eye, we're going to do a little bit of an almond shape. So the eye starts again, we're going to make a little line from where the snout little nose part ends. Nose part. I am great with my terminology, aren't I? So the almond goes up a little bit with the eye, and round about where this eye ends is where you're going to start to curve the eye, the shape of the eye. So continuing to go up a little bit. And then when you reach where about the ear starts, then you can start curving back down. And there you go, that's a little hamster eye. So you can start adjusting it. You can make it as round or as like pointy as you want, depending on how realistic or cartooned you want your hamster to be. Okie dokie. So now that you have your basic hamster shape, let's go in and add a couple of details. So how about we start with the ears. We're going to add a little bit of detailing to them. So you've got like the rim of the ear over here. This ear we're not going to add too much detail, it's really not seen very much. And a little bit of rim there. So there we go. I'm going to just darken some of the lines that we made before. Okay, so now we're going to add some detailing to the paws. They have 4 fingers on each paw. Okay, so the paws, they kind of connect in the middle here. I'm pretty sure the hamster is washing himself. Or just cleaning his hands. And we're just gonna, you know, add the 4 little claws that they have. I hope you can see this. So they do have 4 claws on each paw. And they sort of point towards the center. So here we go. We're gonna do the same thing on the other paw. And there we go. The 4 little claws on each paw are round about done. It'll be easier to see them and define them once we've inked this drawing in. And I'll do the same with the feet. So this is the shape that they're like little beans, if that makes any sense. It's kind of hard to explain, but they're like a little bean shape to each little claw. If you're gonna make it a bit more cartoony, you don't have to connect the lines to the end of the foot. There we go, and then the same on the other side, except that this one's pointing outwards, so you only see a couple of the toes, like that. This one's pointing more to the side, so you can only see some of the little toes. Okay, so now I'm going to speed some things up as I add some of the final little details and make some little adjustments that I would have liked to make before the inking stage. Okay, so now that I've finished defining the final shape of the hamster, I have changed a couple of things. I was really not happy with the hands, so I just kind of, the paws. Hands are difficult in all animals or things that you're going to draw. I had trouble with the paws here, so I had to redo those. I covered this foot a little bit with like the little bit of like chunkiness or fur of the hamster just to make it look a bit more fluffy. The ear I made a little bit bigger as well. I wasn't looking like it was the right size, so I just made it a bit bigger. And then I just redefined this shape a little bit, made him a little bit more chunky because that's cute. And then now I'm just going to draw some of the markings. It is going to be a sapphire hamster like Billy is, so depending on what kind of markings you want to draw on your hamster, you just draw those markings. I'm going to draw the markings that look like Billy, because I want my hamster to look, this hamster to look like Billy a bit, because, you know, Billy. There you go. I've drawn the markings. Now I'm just going to erase the last little bits of guidelines that I have. And there we go. So now you have your little hamster shape. I'm going to draw a bit of a floor that he's sitting on. There we go. And now we're going to start inking. So, I will probably put it in a time lapse for this, because you know, this is not an inking tutorial. This is how to draw a hamster tutorial. So I think just for the rest of the coloring and inking of this drawing, it'll just be in time lapse, and then I will return into real time to say a couple of final words and leave a little note before we leave. Okay, so see you in a bit. guys, here we go. This is the finished product. The coloring's okay, but this is the first time I use this sketchbook. It's a Moleskine sketchbook. It's very nice. I'm just not very good at using it yet. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. We have reached the end of this video, of this tutorial. It came out better than my previous tutorial on how to draw a hamster, which came out about a year ago. So I'm very happy, and I hope that despite my horrible teaching skills, that you may have learned a thing or two from watching me draw a hamster, and that if you guys do draw this tutorial and enjoy it, then tag me on Instagram or tweet me on Twitter. Those links are in the description box below, and you can tag me and show me the amazing drawings that you guys are all making. Anyway, that is the end of this video, and I do sincerely hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!